Hey peeps, how are you guys doing? Dawnna St. Louis here, and I actually wanted to share some really good news. So I'm here at the Connect Diversity Conference in Birmingham, Alabama, and this is what I would call an unlike me type of conference, not the conference itself, but the travel. I'm usually not a person who comes in and then heads out, but today I'm actually leaving here around 3. The conference ends at 3, so it's not that bad. Anyway, so I just did this breakout session, and the breakout session was on the 7 triggers to yes. There was probably, 40, 50 people in the room. It's not a huge conference, so there's probably about 40 or 50 people in the room. And I'm doing the 7 triggers to yes. And sometimes as a speaker, when you're on and when you're feeling it, you just feel it, like you are, like you have the audience with you and they're there. So my audience was with me, they were there, we're having a fantastic time, like a whole lot of fun. And I think it was actually Lindy who got me this conference, so thank you, Lindy. So anyway, I come to the conference, have just a breakout session, again, not a huge room at all, 40, 50, 60 or so people, somewhere around there. Mimi Brown had just delivered right before me, and I'm talking about the 7 triggers to yes. And it's a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun with it. And so I finished my talk, and I have a couple of people walk up and they're like, we got to talk. We have a conference coming in January. I think you're perfect for it. I want this to be the keynote. Great. And then just went right into numbers. So these are decision makers. So what's your rate? When do what do your days look like? Are you available? I mean, like, we're negotiating right there on the spot, some of these things. And of course, I make sure that they can go to 7toyes.com. And when they go to 7toyes.com, not only do they get my speaker book, but they get content on the 7 triggers to yes. So they also know how to reach out to me, as well as I give them a special offer if they book me before the end of April for any time during the year. So they're aware that there are all these opportunities that they have to book me, and that kind of upped the game a little bit too, because now people are going, wait, so I can get, a $12,000 speaker for 25% off if I book you before April? Okay, let's make that happen. Now, besides all of that, here's the cool thing. So I always tell you guys that I use craveable keynotes, and I use it for my breakout sessions. I use it for my keynote. I use it for all of it. And it creates this unbreakable bond with your audience. And if you're doing it right, it lets them know the other things that you can do and how they can hire you for that. So what happened at the end was, besides the woman walked up to me and said, I'm really interested. And then a guy from Fannie Mae who walked up and said, my phone's ringing, they'll have to wait. The guy from Fannie Mae who also walked up and said that he was interested. Oh, wait, they might not have to wait. Sorry, guys. Hello? No, thank you. Okay, sorry about that. That was housekeeping. See if I need my room clean, but I'm leaving. Anyway, so they did the 7 triggers, I did the 7 triggers, yes. I let them know that they had all these extras that they can get. All of that stuff is great. But here's the thing that was really cool that happened. 2 things. Number 1, I had people that afterwards were like, I'd really like to know more about your retreat, because there's a way in 7 triggers to seed this information without you overly selling anything. But here's the other thing that happened really cool, and let me make sure that I hide her. So this woman wrote me this note, and I don't know if you could see it, but it basically says that she thought this was one of the most, and it's probably backwards, so I'll read it to you. By far the most impactful session I've heard in years. I have 3 conferences for 3 companies, 3 dates. 1 keynote, 1 breakout session each. Call Friday, and then she had with rates, and then she scratched it out. Call Friday with contracts. So she gave me the rates, the dates of the conference. She put them on the back. We had already kind of talked about what dates I was available. And I told her, if you go to coffeewith.dawnna.com, you'll see my schedule. And if it's booked, it's booked. And so she went and looked, wrote this down, brought this up to my room and said, I want to talk to you about these dates, these rates, this thing right now. And so that's kind of the thing. Here's why the blueprint works. Here's why, I get people that go, oh, I'm trying to sell you a whole bunch of homework and a whole bunch of business building. And, so do you want to do a whole bunch of homework and pay me a bunch of money? That's stupid. No, it's not, because you need to build a freaking foundation to your business. If somebody isn't telling you that you got to build a foundation to your business, but they want you to give them $10,000, what the hell? How are you going to build a business without a foundation? How are you going to know what to do first? Look, if you're already out there and you're doing stuff and you need marketing help and all that, great. But if you're talking about building a foundation to your business, you need an actual foundation. And so what a lot of people don't know is that I had to do a bit of a restart because of personal issues at the beginning of the year. And already I'm back to where I was before those personal issues took over. So I want you to think about this. At the beginning, not the beginning of this year, the beginning of 2018. So at the beginning of 2018, I basically did a restart. And now here it is, first quarter of 2019, and I'm damn near at 6 figures in my account again. So how did I do that? How did I do that? Number one, I ate my own dog food. I literally leveraged my own blueprint to build a business. That's number one. Number two, after I leveraged that blueprint to build a business, I did some smart things like number one, pick a lane and stay in it. Number two, recognize who my perfect ideal client is and who's not. And who's ever not my ideal client, pat them on the back and say, hey, let me see if I can find somebody to help you. It's not me. And then go in literally, not that I can't help them, but they're not my ideal client. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on someone who's not my ideal client. Number three, using the tools that I have in my tool bag all the time. So when people say, they balk at things, and I've heard a few speakers actually balk at, well, Dawnna has you do homework. Well, yeah, you want to earn you want to have 6 figures in your account. Not a 6-figure business. You want to have 6 figures just in your account, just like that's my savings. You want to have 6 figures in your account? Then yeah, you got to do the damn homework. You got to put the business foundation in place. You got to make an investment. You got to do the things that are hard. You got to do those things first, because then the rest of this, when you show up and you deliver a speech and someone rolls up to your room, literally ran up to my room and I told her, she goes, what floor are you? I said, I'm in 1402. She goes, okay, I'm going to run up. I got a note for you, but I'll catch you in a second. Ran up to my note and said, listen, 3 conferences, 3 companies, 3 days. I need a keynote and a breakout session each. She already has my rates. She already knows how much I charge. It was on the paper. So yeah, guys, you got to do the foundation. This is why, by the way, I put on the retreats. And this is why there is 4 to 6 weeks worth of business building before the retreat. Because quite honestly, sitting there and just watching videos and listening to someone rant on a webinar is not going to make it happen. You need to have a business foundation, and then you need to justify and argue that business foundation in front of a whole bunch of other people who give a damn whether or not you succeed, because they're on the same journey and they would really like to have good, strong business partners as well. That's what my business is about. It's about taking people who are like, listen, I'm doing the work and I know it's not a cakewalk and I get that, but I'm willing to do what it takes to make it happen. It's not for people with excuses. It's not for people who just want to sit and watch webinars. It is for people who are like, listen, I need to show up, I need to do the work, I need to make sure it's done right, and I need to have people that are going to hold me accountable and put my feet to the fire. Because at the end of the day, guys, we're talking about building a business that's supposed to last you a lifetime, that's supposed to sustain you until you leave this planet. You cannot do that by just picking up someone's book and going to a conference periodically and watching a bunch of webinars. You actually have to show up and do the work and have coaches and accountability people that's going to help you make that happen. Anyway, I am super happy because this means that my Craveable keynotes got me 6 super strong referrals, which I'm really psyched about. So I got 6 super strong referrals, as well as I would say a couple of light referrals, and there were only 50 people in the room. So clearly Craveable Keynotes works. Listen, if you're looking for that kind of success, if you're looking for somebody to run up to your room and give you a piece of paper that says, I need you to send me a contract on Friday for these dates, these companies, these 3 events, and I need a keynote and breakout for each on the 7 triggers to yes. If you're looking for that type of success every time you speak, every time you take the stage, because think about this, I'm not going to have to go and grind for these. I already got these, right? If you're looking for that, then you really should be checking out highprofitzone.com. And I I literally just ran up to my room and got off stage, and this lady trekked me down to give me this paper, right? So you really need to, if you're ready to take your business to the next level, highprofitzone.com. Just go there and let's do this. Let's not keep messing around and, you know, thinking you're going to watch a bunch of webinars. Get an accountability group, and people are going to be in there with you. You know, our High Profit Zone people are in a group. We all work together all the time. I got stuff I got to go look at right now because it just works. So anyway, I hope that you guys find the success that you're looking for. Go to highprofitzone.com. If you are really interested in taking your business to the next level and you want to have the kind of successes that I have getting off the stage, hey, or if you just want to build a business like I did too, because mind you, I have a speaking business and I have another business. So if you're really looking to get things to that level, if you are an expert and you want to turn your expertise into an entrepreneurial business and you want to make money from it, go to highprofitzone.com or go to coffeewith.dawnna.com and let's have coffee and talk about it. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.